Season 3, the No More Nice series. This episode is entitled When Loyalty Turns into Emotional Obligation. Have you ever noticed how some people only feel safe with the version of us that has no boundaries? The version of us that over-explains, that overgives, that over-accommodates, that over-functions. The version of us that says yes when our body and our spirits and our nervous system have already said no. Some of us weren't taught discernment. We were taught endurance. We were taught to serve and to endure the disrespect, endure the exhaustion, endure the imbalance, endure the emotional labor, endure the chaos in the name of loyalty and service. And somewhere along the lines and along the way, we become emotionally beholden. Beholden to approval, beholden to being needed, beholden to not disappointing people, beholden to the versions of ourselves we've already outgrown. And if we're honest, some of us don't know who we are outside of being useful to everybody else. Because when your identity gets wrapped up in being the strong one, rest starts feeling irresponsible. Boundaries start feeling mean. Peace starts feeling unfamiliar. And self-respect, well, it starts feeling like guilt. But what if this season isn't about becoming harder or calloused? What if it's about becoming honest? Honest about what drains us, honest about what and who dishonors us, honest about what our body has been trying to tell us for years, and for some of us, even decades. Because sometimes the clearest signal and sign of growth is no longer negotiating your peace away to keep other people comfortable. And maybe God isn't asking us to save everybody. Maybe He's asking us to finally stop abandoning ourselves. Hey y'all, I'm Madison Samone Chase, also known as Miss Chase. I was raised by an incredible single mom who is my biggest fan, my best friend, my BFF for real. I am a celebrity certified personal trainer, fitness and wellness expert, and sports and entertainment media host. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, raised in Dallas, built in Los Angeles, California. I had the privilege of training at Juilliard with School of American Ballet, becoming the world's only 3-time ESPN Miss Fitness champion, appearing in more than 450 fitness DVDs and infomercials. And the first of the 450 DVDs was led by celebrity trainer and the GOAT Gunnar Peterson, who's known for training the Kardashian family. As a certified celebrity personal trainer myself, some of my most notable clients who got amazing results include Robert Pattinson of Twilight and Batman, Chris Tucker of Rush Hour, Amber Riley of Glee. And as a sports and entertainment media host, some of my favorite red carpet moments include chatting with Richard Branson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Tyler Perry, Tiana Taylor, Justin Baldoni, Issa Rae, and Keke Palmer, to name a few. I share my accomplishments not to toot my own horn, but to honor the millions of sacrifices my mom planted in me so that I could blossom and flourish into the woman I am still becoming. So if you're listening and or watching, pull up a digital chair, grab yourself a cup of hot or cold herbal tea, and welcome to my cozy home of Cut to the Chase at 8, a 15-minute micro-learning moment for macro living. And I am so overjoyed that you are here, because this is where we explore and lean into life with our lived experiences, yours and mine, where we invite lots of grace in this space and pray for lots of grace in this space in this season. As we're living in some interesting times, we chat all about spirit, mind, and body health, because that is ultimately our wealth, in micro doses for macro living and macro living transformation. So make sure you join me twice daily for just 15 minutes at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you come back and listen this evening because this is your 15-minute chance for your daily pause for a cause, for clarity, wellness, grace, and intentional decision making, and giving yourself grace because how we start our day and how we end it matters. Each episode my offer to you is 3 keys and 1 question to sit with and hopefully encourage you to give yourself grace in this space with something practical, something grounded, and something you could carry with you. So wherever you're listening from, turn it up and tune in. And if anything you hear today pricks your heart or lights a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe and share this with someone you care about. And please leave a 5-star rating and a comment so that this doesn't become a monologue, but a dialogue between you and I. Now, let's start with the breath together. We're going to inhale for 3, 2, 1. We're going to exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lean into today's episode of Cut to the Chase at 8. We are going to cut the noise and let's get clear and let's get ready, set, and go and be great. So the title again for today's episode is When Loyalty Turns into Emotional Obligation. One of the hardest truths to accept is this: everybody and everyone around you, the people, the places, and things, it does not benefit them to benefit from your healing. So everybody does not benefit from you taking the time to heal, from me taking the time to heal. Some people only benefit from our exhaustion. Some people benefit from our confusion, our lack of boundaries, our over-explaining, our inability to disappoint people. Because when we don't have boundaries, everybody gets access. And if you're nice, the former me, everyone has access. You're constantly pouring out and rarely being poured into. And everyone has access to your time, to our energy, to our emotional labor, to our nervous system, to our peace. And eventually, we don't even know what belongs to us anymore. And that's why discernment matters more than clarity, because discernment asks, what is this costing me? Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And some of us keep calling it loyalty, when really it's fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, that's a big one. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of no longer being needed. That's why I've been talking to myself so much lately about the PPT audit, especially as I move forward in being not being nice anymore, but being kind, because there is a difference. So the PPT audit, the people, the places, the things, they matter. And doing the audit and asking, is there reciprocity in the people that I hang around, the people that pour into me, the people that I spend time with? And these people could be your family, your friends, your coworkers, romantic relationships. Those really matter. The places that you go, the environments that you're in, and the things that we sometimes put on a pedestal and or put above ourselves in trying to achieve and or get them. Because some of us are emotionally dysregulated, not because something is inherently or innately wrong with us, but because we keep exposing ourselves to environments, to relationships. Those relationships could be friendships, romantic relationships, conversations, gossip that you never intended to hear or know anything about someone else's personal business. And here's the thing: when someone is telling you about someone's personal business, even as slight as it is, it could be innocent, but it's still none of your business, because if people are sharing and having conversations about other people in small groups, then 99.9% of the time, they're also including your information as well. Habits and emotional patterns that keep our nervous system in survival mode. Everybody doesn't deserve unlimited access to us, and every environment doesn't deserve repeated access to our peace. Some people are attached to the version of us that had no boundaries, but healing should change access. Or going through your healing journey should change access. It should look different. It should feel different. And sometimes it's a little awkward when you first begin to start communicating your truth and setting boundaries, which brings me to key number 1. Boundaries reveal what peace has been trying to teach us. Because the moment we stop overfunctioning, we start seeing people clearly. Healthy people adjust. Manipulative, mastermind, leeching, vampire people, they accuse. Some people only liked you when you were emotionally available on demand. I've experienced that firsthand with working relationships, with clients, with people that I've known for a while who called themselves friends. But I realized real friends figure it out. But self-respect changes availability. And sometimes the healthiest things we could say to other people is no, not right now. And you know what? That no longer works for me. Without guilt, without a dissertation, and without over explaining. Which brings me to key number 2. Emotional obligation is not the same thing as love. Some of us have learned to confuse loyalty with self-abandonment, peacekeeping with healing, emotional labor with connection, but constantly managing everyone else's emotions while ignoring our own is not emotional maturity. It's survival. And eventually our body keeps the score. Our nervous system keeps the score. Exhaustion tells the story. And that's why spontaneous, assertive communication matters. SAC, it matters. Learning how to communicate honestly, clearly, and respectfully without rehearsing, without shrinking, or emotionally spiraling afterwards. Because emotionally healthy communication shouldn't feel like betrayal to yourself and to your destiny and to your purpose. Which brings me to key number 3. Discernment requires space. You cannot hear yourself clearly while constantly overriding yourself. Discernment needs quiet, stillness, reflection, nervous system regulation, and honesty. And some of us don't need more answers. We need less noise, less over explaining, less people pleasing, less emotional volunteering, less negotiating our own peace away. Because when our nervous system finally settles, clarity surfaces naturally. Our clarity will begin to surface naturally. And sometimes growth looks like not responding immediately, not rescuing everybody, and not carrying relationships, because God never assigned those people, places, and things to your peace. So before you go, I just want to say thank you from the bottom and top of my heart. It has truly been an honor and a pleasure sharing this time and this space with you. And thank you for continuing to give yourself grace in this space with me today. And I am so genuinely thankful you chose to step into this cozy digital home with me. So before you head out, let's quickly revisit our 3 keys and 1 reflection question from today's episode. Key number 1, boundaries reveal what peace has been trying to teach us. Key number 2, emotional obligation is not the same thing as love. Key number 3, our discernment requires space. And our one question to sit with today: where in my life have I confused loyalty with emotional self abandonment? If today's episode offered you clarity, insight, or even a pause for a cause you didn't know you needed, if there's anything that I've shared that pricked your heart or lit a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe, share this with someone you care about, or leave a 5-star rating because it truly helps this space to grow and reach others who may need it. And before we go, and before we close, I want to extend a gentle invitation if you've been listening consistently, reflecting deeply, or feeling called to move beyond just listening into a community, connection, and intentional growth. I'd love for you to consider becoming a member of the C2TC8 H.E.R Circle, which stands for High Performing Empowered Women and some men who are ready to thrive. This is a foundational community for those who want to build, grow, and heal together intentionally, honestly, and in rhythm. And the founding members will help shape what this space becomes, and I'd be honored to have you be a part of that beginning. So thank you for joining me here twice a day for our daily 15-minute micro dose for macro living. New episodes launch, 30 new episodes launch on the 15th of every month for 15 days. And that's twice a day at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Now let's close with one breath together. We're going to inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll see you later today at 8 p.m. Central and tomorrow at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central. I am Madison Samone Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase at 8 C2TC8, H.E.R Circle, high performing, empowered women and men who are ready to thrive. And we are ready, set to go and grow. Let's be clear and let's be great. Blessings to you and yours until tomorrow.